Be humble, bitch. Sit down. Be humble, bitch. Sit down. Be humble, bitch. Sit down. Wow. Erling Haaland humbled is a story of the weekend. Obviously, I did a review to this game yesterday, but Manchester City beat them 5-1 by Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. Now, this is a game that will live long in the memory of Arsenal fans and Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Magalhaes. But Haaland got humbled yesterday. He got humbled like a bitch. Now, this is just an example, Erling Haaland, that you need to stay humble. What was it he wrote in his contract? Hang on. Erling Haaland. Let's just see it. Erling Haaland, dear defenders. Dear defenders, sorry, I'm here to stay. Okay, let's see how good that one works out for you then. I'm sure most defenders of this league won't give a shit. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. That is the story of the weekend. Now, obviously yesterday, Arsenal were the best team out of the two. And Erling Haaland, you know, this is swings and roundabouts. It really is. This has come full circle. Now, yesterday, this is not what the video is about, but yesterday, at the Arsenal ground, Kendrick Lamar's Be Humble was played on, like, the stereo at the Emirates Stadium. Now, was it intentional? I do not know. But, it was amazing. But yeah, Manchester City. Now, they've now lost 7 games. I don't think they're not getting near a Premier League title this season. And if they are to, win their next few games, they still won't have a chance of getting to the Premier League title. Liverpool are on 56 points now, and Arsenal are on 50, respectively. And I can't see either of the two slipping off in the next few games they've got. Now, Man City haven't had a great season at all. Now, when Man City had drawn this game at the Etihad, Erling Haaland obviously said to Gabriel Jesus, stay humble, eh? Now, this has just come round to bite him in the arse. And it's probably the meme of the season. It really is. Now, everyone, I honestly, as I said plenty of times in the review yesterday, I said that I thought Arsenal would lose this and Man City would win. But no, as much as the result means that Liverpool have more pressure put on them, it's good to see Man City losing, right? It really is. Now, Man City, not just Erling Haaland, but Man City were totally humbled yesterday. Now, I'd say Pep Guardiola was humbled as well. 5-1. 5-1 is crazy. But yeah, be humble, Erling. Be humble. But yeah, I really do think that you shouldn't do stuff like this in games because it does just come round to bite you in the bottom. And you really don't want that because it hurts. So, yeah. You shouldn't say stuff like this because Arsenal have gone on to do better than Manchester City this season. And most of all, Manchester City got absolutely battered yesterday. Next to come up for Manchester City, Real Madrid in the Champions League and Liverpool Football Club in the Premier League. At home, sorry. But with the way they're going this season and the way that Liverpool are playing this season, it's inevitable. So, I mean, that comment there might come back to bite me in the arse, but I don't know. But yeah, that should be Man City's theme tune. Be humble. So yeah, I really do think this is a life lesson for Erling Haaland not to do stuff like this because you never know what could happen. But yeah, as soon as that happened, it went on a downward spiral for Man City. But yeah, yesterday yesterday's game, this is just an aftermath of what happened yesterday. And I really do think that Manchester City they haven't been good enough at all this season. Not to the standard that we've seen them in the past 4 or 5 years. And I really do think that they'll come back next season. But I think that Manchester City's dominance in the Premier League, I think after you've won the trophy as many times as they have, it starts to sort of calm down a bit. It starts to sort of fizzle out. And this is what's happening with Manchester City. I can't even see them winning a trophy this season. I don't think they'll win the FA Cup. I don't think they'll win. They're not going to win the Carabao Cup because they've been knocked out of it already. And it's the semi-finals on Thursday. Semi-final second leg. They're not going to win the Premier League. That looks between Liverpool and Arsenal. But the main favourite for this trophy, for this Premier League season, looks like Liverpool. But I'm going to stay humble. And for the Champions League, it's more competitive than it's ever been this season, and they play Real Madrid in the playoffs for the Champions League. There's only one team that can go through, obviously, and I think that's going to be Real Madrid. So, Manchester City this season hasn't gone how they would wanted to have gone, but I really do think that, yeah, this is a life lesson for Erling Haaland on not to say stuff that could come back to haunt you, because he said it, and now Manchester City have lost 7 games in the Premier League. I think this has got to be the worst season in 5 years, or something like that. It's the worst season in a long time. Now, at the start of the season, I had people laughing at me when I predicted Man City's Premier League table prediction. I predicted, if you watch the video, and you will all remember, I predicted Manchester City to finish 4th. I got laughed at like I was at a circus. I got absolutely laughed at. I got bantered with, everything. Not laughing now. But yeah, if my prediction, I really want that to come true. If my prediction is true at the end of the season, I am going to be so happy with that. I'm going to be so happy with that. Because I meant that. I did actually mean that. I wasn't saying that for a joke or anything. I meant that. And I saw it coming. Honestly, my mind works differently. But yeah, no. Enough of the jokes. The league position wasn't a joke. That was the truth. But yeah, Manchester City, I do think it's got to change. It's got to change. And you can't just be blaming Rodri. You can't just be doing that just because he's out buying. Right. Let me get this straight. They needed to replace Rodri for the next half of the season. They didn't need any forwards. They've got Haaland, Foden. They're good. They go and buy Omar Mamouche. Why? You don't need him. I don't know if he's just a forward. I know he's a forward, but I don't know if he's a midfielder as well. But Man City needed, someone to replace. Is he a forward? Yeah, he's a forward. They didn't need a forward. They needed a midfielder to replace Rodri until the end of the season. And they've gone and bought a forward. This is the midfield that they started with yesterday. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Bernardo Silva, Mateo Kovacic, Savinho. I think, is it just Kovacic and Silva in the midfield? I don't know this 4-2-3-1 bull crap. But I think this is the midfield. Savinho, Omar Mamouche, Foden, Kovacic and Silva. I'm not going to lie, it's not the best. I've seen better from Man City, I really have. But, yeah, their midfield yesterday, if I've got this correct, was Kovacic, Silva, Savinho, Mamouche and Foden. That was their midfield yesterday. That, honestly, there is a gaping hole in that midfield. There really is. There is a gaping hole in it. Without Rodri, like, it's honestly, I don't know what it is. Like, I'm trying to think of something. It's like if Batman and Robin wasn't a thing, and it, like, say if Batman and Robin, yeah, Batman died. There's just a gaping hole in there. There's just Robin there. Same with this Man City midfield. There's Savinho, Marmoush, Foden, Silva and Kovacic. Where's Fodry? Where's Rodri? He's nowhere to be seen. There's a gaping hole there that needs to be filled by Rodri when he comes back. But hopefully that's not for a long time. No. I wish him all the best in his recovery as a rival fan. I wish him all the best. I hope he's recovering well. But yeah, there's a massive gaping hole in that Man City midfield at the minute. There really is. And buying another forward isn't going to sort that. Just a bit of advice there. But yeah, that is the aftermath of what happened yesterday. Arsenal was so on top. And I think City just restart from next season because there's no way they can even win a trophy now this season. They're still in the Champions League. They've still got everything to play for in the FA Cup. But not the Carabao Cup in the Premier League. I think they just need to restart next season. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video and the humbling of Manchester City and Erling Haaland, you know what to do, which means like, subscribe, turn post notifications on, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.